Warning, the following content may not align with some of the views of the Sensitivity Police. Be advised that we are not professional advisors nor experts in most of the topics we discuss. We're just a couple of brothers with jokes and opinions. So lighten the fuck up.
We're gonna knock these three out real quick. So I know y'all seen where what I say, what are you contributing to society?
Oh shit, I forgot all about that. Yeah.
You ain't shit. So that basically came about after a conversation I had with a friend.
Ooh, Umar Johnson? Dr. Umar Johnson?
Nah, man.
What are you doing for the community, brother?
Don't you find that suspicious?
See, I'm building
Don't
a
you
school.
find that suspicious?
So what are you doing, brother?
It came about where basically it was kind of like I run into a lot of people. Well, I'll say older black people, sometimes older.
You can't run into a whole lot of older black people.
Nah, I ain't gonna say it like that because it's not a whole lot. It's only like a 13% population altogether.
Right,
US,
that's my point. There's no way you're running into that many old black people. I mean,
I read it to 3 black people.
Right.
Nah, but the whole, I guess the whole mind state of, well, not even mind state. I know a lot of people grew up, you know what I'm saying, during rough times for black people, still rough times for black people, but it was rougher times for black people. And, what?
Keep going. I'll say it later.
So it was more like a, their whole conversation was everything is because of, white people.
Obama?
Everything in their world, not yet. But everything that's going on with them was about white people. So my thing was just like, if you gonna blame all your problems on other people outside of without taking accountability for your actions, do you just sit and you just marinate in this pot of oppression, or do you do you teach your kids how to not end up in the same position that you are in at that age, at your age?
You are now tuned in to Brothers Having Breakfast.
It's almost like, are you building or destroying type thing?
Damn.
If you're doing it right, you're doing both.
All right. Sock it to me.
Well,
don't everybody speak at once.
Oh, yeah, I was chewing some cherries. You know what I'm saying? Even Nas told us it's time to destroy and rebuild. If you just building without destroying, then you're not going to have that much that you can build. If you're not destroying, you're not going to have room to build.
All right. But what are you destroying? In this scenario, what do you destroy?
In this scenario, one of the things you need to destroy is the idea that there are black people or white people.
Okay.
Secondarily, that there's anyone to have to blame for anything. And as a tertiary point, I'd say there is a tendency for those who were alive during the more pronounced Jim Crow era or what have you, civil rights disputes. Because, doing the math, those are literally just like our grandparents that would literally had to go through that shit. You know what I mean? Literally were only 1 to 2 generations at best removed from these things.
But they was also the ones that was saying don't jump on the whole what was it when that started happening in the 60s and 70s?
Jump on the integration?
I don't even think it was the integration, but it was the
that would have been
new.
after.
It wasn't really the it was more like the what was black
I've
people
been told more than once, it was integration was one of the bigger mistakes that we ever desired.
for like what Mexicans?
No, just
Or just
you know what I'm
being
saying, for black
immigrated
people
to-
want to be no, not immigration,
Damn.
integration.
Oh, with a T.
The one to go to the same schools and shop at the same
We
stores.
want to go to the same. You're right. As
part of
opposed
their
to
society.
creating our own, or not just creating, but creating, maintaining, and proliferating our own shit.
But how
Which
many
is what
times have we talked
supposedly
about
we
the
were
times where
doing.
we have?
We were doing and we're not doing at the same time.
Okay, I'll take that.
You know what I mean? Because I mean, you have the obvious examples, like everybody knows Greenwood, Rosewood, Tulsa, you know, all the stuff. So, I mean, like we had thriving communities and whatnot, and groups that were pockets in the country who were, you know, affluent or whatnot. Some of them were systematically destroyed, be it with violence or financially and things like that.
So we can't have one human race. Is it bad to have one human race? Wasn't that the goal? Was that the whole goal, to try to be as one?
No, that was not the goal of integration. Integration was more about those who are labeled the black folk finding themselves accepted by what is called the white people. Far more about acceptance and, you know what I'm saying, the ability to maneuver inside of white systems than it was about equality and what have you. I mean, it wasn't about really equality. I mean, ideally maybe it was about equality, but it didn't turn out that way, nor was it really pursued that way in a way. You know what I mean? It was more like, hey, quit killing us and stuff.
Quit feeding us
this
to
way,
alligators.
Right. And then they're like, we don't really want to do that. We want to be able to keep fucking y'all up. And then they're like, we'd rather that you didn't. I don't know why I'm bobbling my head like I'm Indian. Bali.
Racist.
That's not racist. They literally have a whole custom where they bob their head side to side so that, you know what I'm saying, they seem less threatening.
I don't even know if that's true at all.
It is. I've looked it up.
I need you bring that.
It's one of the things. You know what I'm saying? So they do their head side to side. And
is that where the bobby head came from?
No, bobbleheads kind of do this. Those are like probably like miniature caricatures of other things. It probably came from one of those caricature artists on the side of the road, and it was like, you know what? What if we turn these into toys? Brian does not provide really great views.
So look, what you think, Show?
I thought it was off.
Oh, the worst. Oh, what is that email even? What was that text for even meaning?
So what was the what you think, Show?
As far as
building or destroying? What Addison adding on? You got anything to add on what Addison was saying?
No.
Wow, you nigga.
I lost something, man. I'm looking for it. I can't think straight. Okay. What was contributing to society?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
you feel you're building or destroying?
You said, do I feel I'm me personally, or just as a people?
You personally.
Me personally. I'm doing both, man. Trying to break the chains that's plagued my bloodline, and then also trying to build up, my son, so he don't not that he's not gonna deal with some of the hardships of being a young black boy in these United States, but better preparing him for the
It's fucked up if you teach him that.
it's real, bro. He's big. Like,
Is it though?
well, I'm gonna put it to you like this. When you I don't know about you guys, but when you're I don't know about, oh man, how am I trying to, when you
Over 6'5"?
When you a big dude, people respond to you poorly.
They do, man. And I need him to be able to swim move that shit. You know what I mean? Because even I was victim to, even people, I had teachers.
Victim is a problem already.
I had teachers, mostly female, who would tell me about, being big and black and how I had to prepare myself. And I just thought they were being mean, but it was just truthful, man. Like, you get picked out of a lineup real quick, even if you are innocent.
Yeah, you gotta take him down first, just in case. The reaction.
Get rid of
You
that
gotta
big
get
nigga.
the big
Get
one.
him out the way.
He has got to go. Get him, Brian.
And you, when you're growing up in Chicago, you could quickly be like, "Hey, fuck out of here! Don't put your fucking hands on me." And as soon as that happens, bam, you dead in the street because you don't have no respect for authority.
Dead in the streets.
Like, I be seeing these videos where women, especially black women, just mouthing off to police, and I be like, I would never get away with that shit. I would never get away with that shit.
Wait,
I see even smaller guys, whether they white or black, just mouthing off at the police. I could never get it because I'm already a threat as soon as I walk in. As soon as I step up, I'm a threat.
But, however,
That's
if you
fair.
take that military badge and sit it on your dashboard, then mouth off the police,
You
they
still
might be a little bit lenient.
You're gonna get hit in the head with
You
an
still
AR.
a nigga in the coop.
Oh,
You're still a
man.
nigga in a coop.
I got it.
It's equal opportunity ass whoopings for the poor.
Oh, nigga. But I feel what you're saying. It is important to teach them how to navigate through the bullshit.
Or just keep his head up for one and on the swivel, because you
That
can,
part.
when you big, they already take you as aloof, like you don't have a mind or you can't express yourself. And my son can very much express himself, but then he also don't want to seem like he's being disrespectful because he's a big guy. And I be having to tell him, like, yo, speak up. Like, you got to use your words, son.
It's like sometimes you just gotta step on a motherfucker's neck.
I can't tell him to do that, man.
Why not? Sometimes you might gotta step on a motherfucker's neck.
The best approach I'm trying to teach him is you can
Don't be stepping on necks.
No, control yourself. That's the biggest feat.
How is stepping on somebody's neck not
I
controlling yourself?
I
It's
really
literally
just
controlling
think it's
yourself
something.
and someone
I
else.
just really think it's something you would never understand, Addison.
Dun, dun,
That's
dun.
not rude at all.
It's not.
You don't tell me what I can and can't understand. Sometimes you're gonna have to stand on somebody's neck.
Nah,
Step on
dog.
their neck, son.
Everybody ain't got that.
I'm
Privilege to do
able to
so.
step on their neck and step over them without even touching them, and that's what I'm teaching
That
them.
part.
That's still stepping on their neck, though.
Never-
right?
No,
navigating through
you
the
can
bullshit.
just step.
Nah,
you can
man.
as big as he
You ain't
is. I'm trying to teach him how to step over the nonsense.
Listen, I hear you.
You got people out here
Just don't
who
make him
want you
too
to
passive.
step on their neck, bro.
Yeah, there's people out here who want you to step on their neck. There's going to be people out here who are going to provoke you to step on their neck. But there's going to be some times when you have to step on somebody's neck.
When you
Nah,
no,
bro.
bro, because like I said, something you will never understand.
Sometimes you telling me you ain't never stepped on somebody's neck,
I'm
D?
telling you, I think 3 and 4 and 5 times before I do it.
But there have been some times when you've had to, correct?
Even when I think back on it, I could have walked away.
Some times.
Nah, man.
It's
You
not
trying to make
all
the man
no,
say
I
it.
hear
You
him,
trying
right?
to make the
I
man
hear
say
him,
it.
Brian.
What I'm saying
I hear
is
him,
times
but I'm
do
just
occur.
being honest.
It's not a It's not a every day you should step on somebody's neck.
Bro,
it's not a
the
hey,
times
you see a
I
nigga step
have,
on his
the
neck.
times I have, I've like years later, I'm like, I ain't have to do it like that, man. I did not have to
Often.
do it like that. But that comes with
part.
growing up.
I think that
That
part
comes
of
with growing up, and I think that you even being able to learn that was part of your growing up. And being told it was one thing. Having to experience and make the decision for yourself was a whole nother.
saying that you had to do it and that you decided to do it is different. You don't have to.
What I'm saying is, time does come when you might have to.
Bro, you're not wrong.
Step
You not you
on someone's
literally
neck.
You're not wrong.
That's all.
You're not wrong.
So look, let me
I'm
ask
just
you.
saying that is a part of the education. You know what I'm saying? It's please don't fight.
But
Please don't fuck
I
shit up.
escape with my life.
Please don't
bro.
do these things.
Literally, each time I escape with my life. Because
Yes,
I didn't have
called,
to.
That's
No.
living.
And I'm not talking about the person I had to put my neck on. G. I'm talking about literally the authority. Like, oh, you want to put your hands on people? It's like, motherfucker, you don't even know what's going on, but you stepping to me because you're the authority. Like, I'm supposed to kowtow and be scared. I'm not scared for being, disrespected or done wrong. And from my perspective, but they look at me like, oh, you a fucking bully.
Yeah, you are.
The fuck is you
Nah.
talking about? See, now that was offensive.
Because hold on, calm down.
Now that was offensive. No, what I'm gonna use the reverse psychology. That wasn't offensive at all.
that sounds a whole lot like Addison. But what I'm saying is, anytime you beat somebody up, unfortunately, you are the bully because you're so big. Pause.
Nah, man.
Look, you say
You're trying to
say
turn
no
it-
all you like.
You're trying to turn it into something completely different. That's not. You're trying to make this completely something different than what he said. You just
No, I'm not.
You just
No, I'm
old time Malcolm Xing it right now. And Martin.
Oh, Sway.
And I'm trying to give my Martin Luther the King on.
Yeah.
And he like,
Come on,
by
man.
any means necessary, brother.
That's not what's happening here. That's not what's happening at all.
But even Malcolm had a change of heart.
What I'm saying
It's like,
is,
you know what? This shit ain't working.
Brian is literally talking about,
And I'm not
the
trying to
burdens
lead my
of
people
being
into a burning building.
larger than life individual who may put fear into the hearts of the plebeians and pedestrians who have to run into him along the way.
Nah, man. He's talking
That
more
is what he's
of-
talking about.
He's
I
talking
know.
more of having self-control.
That part.
He's talking about the responsibilities that come along with being larger than most people.
He's talking about having self-control. You're trying to turn it into something different.
Y'all both
That
saying
That
the
comes
same
along
thing.
with it, but he's
B.
talking about
No,
having
it's not.
self-control of yourself.
Y'all both saying the same
Self-control is
thing, B.
part of the regimen.
You just want violence, dog.
What I'm
and
saying
you're not even
is, no,
trying to
I
be on
don't just want violence. I want both. I want the educational process to contain all things. It should have be violent when necessary. Don't be violent most of the time. Consider and have discretion on when it is necessary. And be certain that once you have found it to be necessary, enact that shit until somebody's neck is fully stepped on so that they don't come back to do worse to you.
So when
And
is it
then-
necessary?
I don't know. I mean, that's gonna depend. That depends on
Dude.
individuals' values and whatnot. People can
Have
talk
you ever
shit,
ran into
you don't
a
have to punch
situation-
somebody out.
Have you?
But if somebody's trying to attack physically, suddenly it's time to use violence.
Is it?
What if they're
Yes.
attacking you physically and you know what they're doing is not really a threat?
They're physically attacking you. You have to use violence to take care of that threat first.
Do you?
Yes.
You can't just sit there and dodge
And take
the
it
attacks
and
and make them
continue
look.
getting hit.
Sit there and you ain't getting hit. Even if you're dodging the attacks and
Physical
they look
attacks?
stupid and they stop.
Bro,
If
Oh,
if
gosh.
they're dodging, yeah,
bro,
physical attacks.
I was attacked by my NCO.
Mm-hmm.
Small,
And you body slammed.
small white guy.
Yeah. But that was because you
Let him finish.
intimidated him.
Let him finish.
And,
Go ahead,
and
Sho.
instead of wrapping my hands around his neck, first thing came to my mind was NCO,
Mhm.
and you were private.
Church.
No one's going to care that he attacked you
Mhm.
first.
Uh-huh.
So what you do?
I walked off.
The plot thickens.
And got PTSD.
I got his job, but I walked off.
Hello. Did you feel like you came out the winner in that situation? Damn.
Boy, that was a yes or
Did
no.
you feel like you lose any pride?
I didn't feel like I lost anything, but
When?
I promise you,
I promise you, boo boo.
when my what they call it, my damn platoon leader came.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it wasn't even a platoon leader. The platoon sergeant came. He told me to pack my shit.
Of course. You don't break
Damn.
the brotherhood. You don't break the bond. You take the hazing.
And after I broke down to him what happened, he was like, "Can you run this
Shit.
place?" I'm like, "Yeah."
He's like, all right, now, well, but see, if you get rid of him,
Right,
that
so-
means you got to take his position.
So let me ask you this, Show. When was the first time you found yourself sounding like your parents? Or like you had that, I guess when you say epiphany, where you was like, man, I sound like, you know what I'm saying?
I sound just like my dad.
Yeah.
Man, I call myself trying to, but my mother was cutting me off at every turn.
What you mean?
So yeah, I had to basically develop my own. Like I'm destroying old habits and old ways to make better ways and new ways. I'm thinking my son like 2-3 years old. I'm like, hey boy, get your, and I'm grabbing him, and my mother was like, he don't need all
No,
that.
baby. No, baby.
And I'm
you
like,
ain't gotta do
what?
all that, baby.
This how you supposed to do it. She like,
You snatched me up.
and I'm sorry, and you didn't need it, and he don't need it.
I read something just the other day that was literally talking kind of just about that. It was like, you got to give grace to your parents because they were also young. And back then the information wasn't there about what spanking would do to children and whatnot, and how people grow up and the psychological effects, basically another form of PTSD that people are always trying to get over from corporal punishment, because basically that shit is domestic violence.
I don't think that necessarily
So basically, I'm saying I was trying to sound like my parents, or trying to, discipline my child. That was the point where I felt me being like them or sounding like them, and she cut it off. Like, don't do that.
Well, I mean, not even talking in the discipline sense though, just in general. Like, well, Addison, let me ask you. Well, okay, so
it's a little unfair to ask me.
But hold on, Show.
I'm listening.
Let me go back to this. Do you feel like, so you say you had to create your own style of parenting? So is it like you feel like none of your elders or anything, you picked anything up from, like where you found yourself sounding like them?
I guess when I do find myself getting like them, I hear like their voice saying, "You don't have to be like that. You don't got to be like me." I get that, like sort of like an ESP going on with them, like, chill, calm it down.
That's not ESP, but all right.
What you call it? So anyway, like I said,
exactly.
you
just wanted to say some shit.
They come to me and be
extrasensory perception.
They be like, you ain't got to do that. It comes to me like to do
talking
it.
About
say
you
that.
talking to force ghosts of your ancestors and shit.
You don't need all that. So I guess it's a more into. I hear that's what I get. So that's how I'm trying to like.
Remember what my pops told me.
So what about you, Addison?
Blasphemy. For me, I found myself sounding like my father long before I was an actual parent.
What?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I
to
said,
be fair,
well, to be
We
fair,
did work with kids and a lot of
I worked with
childlike
kids
individuals.
and a lot
he
of
said
childlike
childlike
individuals.
individuals.
Childlike. Hey, man, listen. Me and Wash worked at that damn men's shelter, and those were grown folk that were very much suffering from a lesson that they probably should have learned long ago, and for whatever reason did not pick it up and were suffering under that
That's wild.
lack, that deficiency.
Yeah, too many days
You know
I
what I
came
mean?
home feeling like, nigga, you are 50. Why am I explaining these things to you?
What do you mean I'm going to tell you that you need to shower? Are you fucking
This
kidding
is
me?
like, this is common sense, my guy.
How did you get
Of-
to 50?
You know what I'm saying? Like, who has been taking care of you all this time? Now, one of the other problems that I also had, though, was that, you know what I'm saying, I found myself in certain leadership positions while in college, with my fraternity and what have you. And so it was often one of those things where I was distributing advice, discoursing, methods of maneuvering that I found I was drawing on many of the lessons that I was either taught by my father, my uncles, my mother, my aunts, things like that. You know what I mean? It was a lot that I had to dispense to others because I had felt the responsibility to those who were, for lack of a better word, following me. And I didn't want to lead them directly into the abyss. I wanted to at least take a scenic route.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so I found myself saying a bunch of stuff that I had heard said to me. And it wasn't like I was saying it like I had my shit together, but it was more like, well, these are the ones that I am responsible for. You know what I mean? I'm responsible for my crew.
It's
and
my
if I
tribe.
don't discourse my information to them, then they may not move the way that I need them to get what it is that we need to get accomplished. Now, I'm not saying that I was a great leader. Huh?
Ain't
I
nobody
said you
following
won't get no more clients. Which means your paycheck is going to be smaller.
Hey. These are
that's
facts.
how that works.
And people and I used to get in trouble for it, one, at work, and then two, on, you know what I'm saying, at that other job too, where they'd be like, that's a little heavy handed, you don't need to be. And I'm like, hey, you might be right. But, you know what I'm saying, this is what I can only give you what it is that I know while you're asking me questions. Now I would tell them, I'm like, if you want me to deliver a different piece of information, then you're just going to need to give that to me so that I can do that. But this is what I've got. This is what I've learned. And this is what, you know what I'm saying, I can tell you. Now, and they would, like, the higher case managers and whatnot would literally come down on me like, you can't tell these kids that. And I'm like, all right, what is it you want me to tell them then?
Nothing.
Because this is no, they would often be like, oh, we don't know. You can't tell them that. And they would literally have meetings so that they could come up with what it is that they need me to say next. Because,
but I mean, but
I'm
see,
like,
with
you're
that,
not really giving me information to deal with some of these situations or whatnot. And
but
if
see,
that's
but
the
that's
case,
two different.
I'm going to tell them, you know, what it is that I know.
That's the
That's two
scenic.
different
That's the scenic
demographics,
route.
though, for real. And
It
that's
is.
You know, it is, and that's what I'm saying. Because I find myself doing in the same situation, but that's mostly because when you working with kids like that, though, but those kids already,
them grown
for
folks.
the most part, yeah, bro, they think they know everything, and they don't know shit.
They think they do.
So that's the problem. It just be like, listen,
But that's the
I'm trying to
teenager's brain
save you.
altogether, though.
I'm trying to save you from looking like an
I'm
asshole.
trying to save
If you
you.
at least know what you're talking
brain,
about.
a teenage brain can't fathom anything beyond the moment they're in, for the most part. You know what I'm saying? By and large, it's just not yet developed enough. The idea of consequences and things to happen beyond now don't exist because all they can see and feel and do with is right now.
Yeah,
That's what they're responding and reacting to. They don't have
can't
a
wait to wear
delayed,
this outfit
You
tomorrow.
only get a
delayed
handful of
gratification is not real.
teenagers who
You know what I mean?
who
Am
care
I gonna
about
see what's her
survival.
face tomorrow? Am I gonna see what's his face
The
tomorrow?
other
We gonna
ones
do this and that.
is how
TikTok.
y'all talking, but it's really a small percentage that's on survival mode.
That part.
The rest of them just trying to party.
Hey, look, I done worked with 2
I
kids,
was
man,
one
and
of them.
I'm
Shit,
pretty sure I can
party.
put them in. You can put them in the woods, and they gonna be all right.
They gonna make it.
Like for real, this kid. I had one kid, bro. He is making like fire and everything, damp wood and everything, and I'm just like, yo, all right,
Proud of
see what
that
you doing
nigga.
with your time of home confinement. I mean, yeah, because I be
But
his
where he
last
learn
step.
all that from?
His pops telling me it's like he love it out there. Man, look, I went and did, you know what I'm saying, one of my supervised visits one time with him, and he was just like, you want to come out to this little spot? And I was like,
Hell
all right,
no.
cool. Man, look, it's about, well, they live, you know what I'm saying? It's the country. So they got mountains and all that back there. So it's like it's a nice little walk out here in the little woods. And I'm looking back, you can see his house, but I'm like, I don't even think you're supposed to be out this far. You have an ankle monitor on.
You out there
But
like,
bro, look, man, look, we get out there, man. He got the setup. He got the little pot sitting, you know what I'm saying, over the water, little fire where he had already been burning. He got a little hose set up where he get streaming, like siphon water out of the little stream that's right there and got it coming out the little pipe so he can have clean
Get
drinking
outta
water. And I was
here.
just like,
Nice.
yo, you are not
Nice.
playing. He's like, man, I'm going to the service or I'm just going to go in the wilderness. And I was like, I guess so, man. That's all they
That-
really got in Boone County.
That's cool. That's cool as hell, man. Golly.
But it just tripped me out. I'm like, yo,
A
this
lot of
kid
people
is-
don't
it's
understand that
over.
men are just that simple, man.
We don't require
We
much.
do not
we just require what we
much,
require.
man.
Depending on who we are, we just require what it is that we want and or feel like we need.
I don't think
And it's
anybody
usually not
requires
much.
too much. I think it's the
Those are
superficial.
lies.
The superficial
start on
world we
that,
live
Brad.
in makes us feel that we require more than.
If you
What
feel
we
like you
have.
require it, then is that not a requirement for you, though?
Nope.
Yeah,
Is-
I know
is there a
many people who
is there a
don't know how to
difference
live
between-
without internet.
That's a problem.
How? I love to be connected
Well,
to the
first
Matrix.
of all, you were here before the internet.
Yes.
So you should already
Read a
be
book.
fine without the internet, nigga.
Nope. I'm all in. Give me all the internet pages.
You know what I could you see ad. This one I don't need shit on ad. Like this dude does a lot with the internet. Like he be on
Oh,
different systems
I have-
at one time.
well,
he has a
I
command
have
center.
that's
with his
because
technology.
his
When
first
you-
problem is he believes that multitasking is a real thing, which brings me to my next topic.
Why you do
this
that,
motherfucker
me?
Look,
Yo,
show. I told this to
you
Addison.
funny.
I actually asked Addison about it earlier this week. I wasn't supposed to say nothing, but check this out. So I came across an article, and the article's in the links too. You know what I'm saying? If you want to check it out. But I came across an article, and it said who is more productive, the weed smoker or the multitaskers? So, hold on.
All right, we're going to pause here for people to think about that and respond to themselves before we go forward.
Don't do it to yourself, people. If you
up
believe in
with an answer.
multitasking, then you're wrong already, because that's not a real
Damn,
thing.
man.
So the article was saying that
Go ahead, me. Stop it.
I'm trying to find the part. Hold on.
Oh shit.
Bringing up articles and not having it brought
The
up in
myth of
front of them.
multitasking and how it damages your
Productivity.
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 Carol showcased how multitasking is in functioning more damaging of your efficiency than a weed smoker. So those who basically feel like they can multitask, you're kind of worse. It kind of makes me, I don't know, it kind of makes me feel like, how smart are you when you're high? Because there's no such thing as multitasking.
That's not what that's saying, though. You know that, right?
What is it saying?
I feel like what you just read.
Well,
was
that's
saying-
not the question that I asked. Is not what it's saying. That's just what
No.
makes me think. But
It said that you're losing efficiency in completing tasks in their entirety, basically. Then
Yes.
more so than the concentration deficient weed
of
smoker.
a person is, but
It's the
it
only
did now.
nigga I know.
It does mention in the article that you would be more successful in completing tasks if you were to smoke and then go complete tasks versus trying to complete tasks while you're smoking.
That's a fact that I feel like I know already because
I'm a smoker.
I know that the THC narrows your thoughts THC narrows your thoughts. It makes you focus on basically what's right in front of you for the most part. That's kind of one of the reasons why
Says
I
who?
smoke.
Says who?
It's why songs sound better when you're high. It's why food tastes better when you high. It's why movies are greater when you watch them high. It's because, you know what I'm saying, you don't have all the rest of the distractions bouncing around in your brain as often.
Nah, bro.
As much. You're
I
focused more on that thing.
My G. I watched the butterfly effect, high and not high. It sucked both ways.
Well,
Hold on a minute.
What?
Hold on a minute. That was not that bad of a
wait a
movie.
minute, Brian. Are you telling me you never butterfly?
Wait a minute.
Wait,
what
what?
does that mean?
You talking about Uncle Luke?
Nigga.
I mean, maybe back in fourth grade.
Bro, you
But it was the
never,
thing to do,
you never,
along with the Tootsie Roll. But
you never done that
Oh,
shit
shit.
off the butterfly effect.
No, that's old. Now let me see. Butterfly, no, that's old. Now let me see you Tootsie Roll.
You never did that shit, Brian.
the butterfly,
Nigga,
probably when
the
I was a
butterfly.
kid.
Brian has definitely done the butterfly. He's a dancer.
Oh man,
Brian
yeah,
be dancing.
I like to dance.
All I do is this.
Hey, look, quick fact for real. Do any of y'all know what Goody Mob stands for?
Is Goody Mob an acronym?
Yes, I've been asking people this. I thought a lot of people knew
I
it.
wasn't that big enough of a fan of theirs.
Oh, well, I
Is it
was
getting
huge
out
fan.
our dreams
Nah, brother.
in effect,
Nah, man.
making
The
money
good
over bitches.
the good mostly die over bullshit.
That doesn't even.
Why are you
Use the
making
right
me
letters.
look them different
That's what it
letters,
means.
man?
You take one of those O's away as every man. What is it? Every man of blackness is God, or every man of God is
What?
blackness, or something like that. But the original acronym is the good die mostly over bullshit.
Good is every man of blackness, maybe, because I mean you're doing the work.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're like
they
Mob
say it.
Goody.
They say it too. I mean, they say it. That's basically like the whole slogan of it. But
Or God
that's-
is every man of blackness. If you take
might be
one of
God
those
is
out.
every man of blackness. Yeah. God is
Okay,
every, it
and
might be
then
God
the
is
other
every
way
man of
would
blackness.
be
This is boring.
What?
The good die mostly over bullshit.
That's dope. I can understand that. But the
yeah.
back
That
and
doesn't make
forth
sense.
is
That doesn't
kinda,
do math. That doesn't math right for me. Those letters don't.
Well, it's
don't
too
clock.
late, nigga, because it's already here in this reign, and it's a
I'm pretty
part
sure
of the
you're probably
Dungeon
just
family.
saying it wrong.
No, I'm pretty sure you're just hearing it wrong because the listener decides how they receive the message.
Yes,
Bravo.
you use my words against me
Bravo,
from other
dude.
episodes.
Bravo. I knew it was coming.
But we all know that Brian loves to say things the wrong way.
It happens, man.
It's
Ibba
like-
Abba. It be like
Ibba
that.
Abba. And I just watched him in Extraction 2. Oh, good movie.
Whatever happened to him going to be the next James Bond?
Too old.
They're
I
still
thought they
they're
was
still
really
pressing
pushing
for
for
their
that.
current. They're still that what wasn't going to push long. You know what I'm saying? That's more just to create controversy. I feel like clickbait.
Well,
You know
could
what I
have
mean?
been. So
Yeah.
check this out though.
Nobody want to see.
But
I don't want to see Idris Elba as
check
fucking James
this
Bond.
out though. How's this for a last topic? To touch up on what we talked
Mhm.
about last week on your theory
Oh,
with
shit.
the orcas.
Oh man,
the
they out
orcas,
there on
Bob.
attack.
So check this out, man. I also sent the links for these stories because it's kind of like double whammy. Hold on, can you hear that?
Hear what?
Okay, you couldn't hear it. Hold on, real quick.
Could you hear it?
I'm gonna tell you what's.
You smell that? Yeah, that's me. I'm the shit.
What up?
Yeah, that's
So,
the old Onyx line.
The orcas have been attacking more boats and sinking more ships, almost like one or two a day.
Yes, sir.
Yo,
But
who
hold
they-
on, my
who
G.
they protected?
But see,
They're not protecting anyone.
They gotta be protecting somebody under the
Bro,
water.
this is
Damn
what
near
happened.
evolution.
Nah, dog. The link is in. I'm gonna have the link in here. This is what happened, my
Tell her,
G.
B.
All right, let's hear it.
There was a
Let's get
killer
it.
whale out there named White Gladys.
That's the one.
And she was hit by a boat. So now
Yep.
they think this bitch that went and pretty much started an army
Gathering the
and
crew.
is pretty much going around
We'll
like,
see you
yo,
outside.
yo, yo.
Yes.
That is the
Yes.
most gangster C
Yes.
shit I've ever heard in my life.
Yes.
He said,
She
see,
She was
shit.
like,
Nah.
she was like, you gonna bang me?
That's
I'm gonna bang
look,
you.
it's
Crip
over.
shit.
She-
He
Hey,
said,
hey,
"Fuck
hey,
shit."
you over there? Nah. Let's stop doing all this, young blood. We about to go do the
But
real
listen,
thing.
but
We
let
over
me
here
tell you
hurting
how
each
it's.
other.
But let
We
me
heard
tell
the
you how it's
seals.
getting deeper. The plot thickens.
Come on with
Uh-huh.
it, B.
Just 10
Come on.
hours ago, passengers were horrified by a cruise sailed into a whale massacre. A bunch of boats just ran down a bunch of whales, man. They couldn't
Yeah.
stop them boats. They couldn't stop the boats, man.
Some of them like are getting jacked up just from the boat propellers. But yeah,
Yeah, man, it killed a bunch of fucking whales. But it's great because if you watch the video, they literally were
So
like,
they getting
coulda
gang,
stopped the
gang.
boats. The whales were in front of them. They could have stopped the boats. Like it's almost like they cornered the whales to the fucking shore and then just kept going. Like, damn, bro, y'all could have stopped
on
them.
purpose.
But they probably was scared. Like, man, these whales might turn around and start hitting our
No,
boats.
no. They were more likely doing it on purpose and trying to, you know what I'm saying, cover that shit up as accidental.
I
They're
feel like they
these
were,
whales
too.
keep fucking our shit up. And so, oops.
A cruise
Oops.
line company has issued an
And
apology.
then they go come back.
It might be,
Yeah.
man, for
So
real.
they
It's
done
gonna be a
got
cold
gang,
summer.
gang.
Look, killer whales are basically big ass dolphins and they're smart as fuck.
Bro, look,
Them
all I'm
orcas are
saying
not
is
dumb.
niggas was worried
They
about China and Russia.
evolving.
You better watch out for these whales
They
under the
evolving.
So
sea.
long. And thanks for
Yeah.
all the fish.
Look, because these whales is blowing shit up. The ocean is imploding shit. It is real out here, this water.
That
Gotta
shit,
take the deepest breath, fam.
that shit wild, man.
Yeah, man.
I just thought I was just like, yo, this whale
Never be
shit is getting
surprised
deep,
by
dog.
how an animal will decide to respond to human interaction.
That part.
It's a cruel
You know what I
world.
mean?
we live
Probably
in.
like, yeah, man, listen, nah, we've seen this happen to the dinosaurs. Fuck that. We
Just
ain't
like
going out like that.
just like when humans will try to breed, like, you know what I'm saying, domestication into dogs, then you have to believe that
Or
the
cows.
other side can also be true. That things can be bred towards violence. You know what I'm saying?
If that's the case, man, then it's gonna be like that episode of Rick and Morty with all the dog people.
Ooh.
Remember when the dog took over, Fluffy? No,
Yeah.
my name is not Snowball. That was
he had that whole mech suit.
He wasn't playing.
He was so cute. He was so cute inside that big ass machine.
shit is raw.
But it's the same bag, though. I mean, you got to realize, like, just like, what is it? Polar bears and hippos will attack a human on sight.
What?
Yeah. Hippopotamus is deadly as a motherfucker. And they will
I mean,
attack
I know
humans
that,
on sight.
but-
They don't avoid.
Who the fuck trying to hang around hippopotamuses?
Exactly.
Let's go chill out by the hippopotamus grove. Like,
You don't,
You don't
that's
got to
like,
chill out by them,
nigga,
but
you
you
ain't
know,
getting
people love to
killed by
find themselves in the
hippopotamuses like
areas.
that. You're not getting killed by
I see
hippopotamuses.
if I went
like
around
that.
the corner
people
was
that
like,
are.
let me go the other way. The hippopotamus down this street. Like, ain't nobody
I'm not
fucking with
going that way.
hippopotamuses.
I'll just drive around. Thank you.
Nigga said
Hippos is up the
hippopotamus
street.
down
man.
the street.
Mexicans got on boots, and the hippos is out.
God damn.
Polar bears.
And polar bears
Okay,
will run
polar
that
bear.
fade immediately. They do not give a fuck.
Get $1.50 from a polar bear.
Shit. That's a whole 300.
It's on site.
It might heal though. It might heal
No, it
quick.
won't.
So it's on site with them,
them-
basically, is what you're saying.
Man, I'm just
So
saying.
put them down
that,
if
you
they
know,
run up on you.
If no, you don't have the opportunity. Listen, don't be in the places where you're gonna have to deal with it because putting them
Nigga,
down
don't
is
be
gonna be a
around
problem.
polar bears and hippopotamuses.
don't be around polar bears. Don't be around hippos. Just don't do
I'm
it.
just saying if they
This
run
nigga-
up.
And
though.
do your best to stay away from the orcas.
That part. Stay
This-
away from
and
the
you know what?
ocean right
It's
now, bro.
really
The ocean is
easy
not
to-
playing.
I promise that it's easy to stay away from those three animals. Yeah,
Let's
there's
just
all
stay
kind
away
of places to go that you can stay away from those three.
You got
specifically.
about as much chance of getting attacked by a hippo as Steve Irwin gets attacked by a stingray.
Hey, he was in the water to get attacked by that stingray too.
That part.
But
Damn.
you know who will smack the shit out of a stingray, send it launching in the air? Orcas.
Ooh.
They'll swim underneath it, hit it with the tail fin, launch that bitch into the fucking sky. And then not only that, then they'll come back.
I gotta see
beat it
this
the
shit.
fuck up. They'll beat it the fuck up and then let their children come and beat it the fuck up just so that they can learn how to beat a fucking stingray.
You
And
get a
then they'll swim
generational
off.
beatdown.
They're not even going to eat that motherfucker. They'll just be like, all right, y'all get enough practice in? Yeah, Dad. All right, meow. We going ahead someplace else.
And
They'll
let me
beat
catch
up.
you over
They'll
here
beat up
again.
a stingray. They'll beat them to death in the water, bang them the fuck up, and just bounce. Because orcas will beat on an animal for no reason other than their own enjoyment. They'll launch us. They'll fly up. They'll swim up under a seal, hit it with it. Sea lions or whatever. I don't know what the fuck. Hit it with their tail, launch
flip
that
that,
bitch
yeah.
20 something feet in the
I've
sky.
seen videos of them doing that. I was like, yo, these niggas some dicks.
Oh man.
Fuck around,
And
leave that motherfucker on a piece of
for
ice and keep
fun.
floating around, taking turns,
For
just smacking it back and
fun.
forth.
As a form of enjoyment, they will fuck it up and then be like, all right, well, we out. We wasn't even hungry. I just wanted to make certain I still got it.
Yo, speaking of whales, this nigga had this Maine poster. I was like, you been to Maine? He had a Maine
What?
like postcard. He said, oh yeah, man, me and my girl, we went up there. So what the fuck you do up in Maine? The nigga said we went whale watching. Y'all
Lucky.
wanna go whale watching?
No.
From a deck.
From a distance?
Yup, from a deck. I'm not fucking with that water right
From the deck
now.
of a boat
I mean,
Nope.
that's what he said they did.
or
whale
from
watching.
like a balcony on a building?
About to watch from this balcony on a fucking bridge or something.
Oh,
I'm all right. Somewhere where they can't sabotage my shit.
Y'all ain't fucking
But they're
with
gonna go ahead and just swing through
Bruh,
and
they
hit you
are-
with that tail fin.
Ooh.
They just knocking the fucking rope, like they're learning how to
That's too much.
loosen the the rudders.
What?
Bro, they're strategically knocking off the rudders of the boat.
Wow.
Like, bro, this shit is crazy. They are
It's
like
not that crazy.
Hey, listen,
It is crazy.
it is
It's
crazy.
not that crazy though, because like I say, you know what I mean. Man,
These motherfuckers down there
It's- you know what?
marching.
'Cause it's
assume
not.
that animals are just dumb.
It might not be that crazy because
They down there marching,
we still
getting
live in a world.
gang, doing tactical shit.
oh shit, gang.
If you
These
can-
niggas like specific, Kyle.
You,
From
you
Atlanta,
know what
attack
I'm
dog.
from the
saying?
flank type
I'm from
shit.
these 7 seas, fam.
What claim? What
I'm
what
holding
body of
down
water
this-
you claim, dog?
You know what I'm saying? I'm from the deep.
And then I just saw
Under the
Avatar.
sea.
Then I just saw Avatar
Under
2
the
and shit.
sea.
Like, I'm like, the way y'all describing this shit sounds like wild as hell, man.
But you got to realize, like I said, man, you know what I'm saying? You know, one motherfucker see enough things, you know what I'm saying? All you got to do is you change the mind of one. And that one
I'm
goes
finna
and
go watch some
infects
whale
others.
shit for real.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same bag over and over again. Man loves to assume that animals are just dumb and they may see us and not even actually register us as what you call it. But I mean, you think about it. That one the guy hit in the back, and like, you know what? We've been sitting here watching this shit all this damn time, man. Let's go ahead and do something about it. And it's
This
not that
nigga
difficult. You
talking
be
like
like,
they use language.
they do use language.
So they do.
They've
yeah.
clocked clocked
they
whale
talk
language
just like
all over
us,
the
bro.
place. They
What
got
do you mean?
they got different levels and pitches and whatnot that they use all over the place.
So what they aliens?
Huh?
So what they aliens?
They're not aliens.
Nah, man. Do dogs bark at each other? They understand it.
I don't think they know what they saying.
Man, even the AI robots that Google did a couple of years ago created their own
Dogs
language.
just make
Niggas started
noise.
talking
They
their
don't
own
be
shit.
talking.
Everybody
They
has
did
their
start
own
speaking their own
source of
language.
communication.
I don't think so.
Listen, just because you don't think so, don't make it so.
I hear you. I don't think that motherfuckers.
There's a reason.
communicate.
Listen,
You
man.
so
There's a
birds be
reason there's not
communicate.
as much dog on dog crime as there is.
There's all
human on
kinds
human
of dog
crime.
on dog crime.
So
That's
look,
why they always in Judge Judy, like his dog bit my dog,
this nigga show
and my
It's a
dog
show.
needs his medical bills paid.
Any last words?
Man, follow your boy
Short
show
episode.
on Show God 23 on Instagram.
When he does that.
Okay. Diamond
Follow your
Crook, any
boy.
last words?
Crook Solo on Twitter. And Diamond Crook on Instagram and YouTube.
And brothers.
Make certain that y'all hit that like and subscribe button.
Hashtag BHB,
brothers that having
hashtag
breakfast.
TBAS,
Hashtag BHB. Hashtag these nuts.
GDTSF.
Hold on. Not the Game's
It's-
Disciples,
It's brothers
but it's the good
681.
brother 681. What's that? Is that our email address?
Oh, this nigga.
Send us
That's
your
the
comments
Twitter.
and questions and concerns to brothers 681
681 on
at
Twitter
on
and,
Twitter.
and all that other
And-
stuff.
You know what I mean? BHB. Look us up. Brothers Having Breakfast. Go ahead and spell that brothers with the ER or the AS. You know what I'm saying?
No,
One of those
niggas.
ways is gonna find
So
us.
look, my last words are obviously, to me it seems that dolphins are not the smartest animals in the sea right now. And orcas are pretty much taking that crown, man. We shouldn't have never freed Willie.
Listen, man. Listen.
Damn.
I'm gonna say that the dolphins or orcas
Damn.
are cousins. They're cousins, and so yeah, they're still the smartest animals out there.
Like you,
Nah, in the
you
sea.
wouldn't be
What
surprised.
if the dolphins were the
That's what I'm-
mastermind behind all this
Ooh,
shit?
boat.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Till the next time.
You fucking be.
Oh man.